What a performance! What a victory!
It's finally here. Formula One in 2024.
The wait is over in Bahrain, and we are just hearing that the starting grid is on the look for a new driver. Who will it be?
I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting shit.
And radio is good.
Here we go.
The Grand Prix is underway.
What a dramatic start. Can you believe it?
I feel like they're gonna bleed.
Yes.
Spun out of my
Oh, he's lost it.
Pop out, guys. That's it.
The pit lane's going to be alive now. They're all in.
on my own. Here we go. Mind is set on an overdrive. On my own. Here we go.
It's not every day that we get to see such incredible wheel-to-wheel racing.
Out of the final corner. And here's our winner today.
Can you beat me?
What a race. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to the fans.
Oh man, was I muted? I was muted. Oh man. My apologies. I went through the whole intro and I don't know if you guys heard a word, but we are in Vegas tonight, round 5, sprint weekend in Vegas. Apologies for the audio mix-up. Thank you to the YouTube channel for letting me know you guys could not hear me. So, we're in sprint qualifying right now. And we're going to go check out with our first car that's setting a time is going to be Pug. Let's get a little bit of the game audio turned up a bit. Okay. So, Pug Life, our first car out, setting a time. Obviously going to be purpling through, but Zoluxi, our current championship leader, setting the fastest first sector so far. Pug Life going to be setting our first time for tonight with a 1:32.409. Followed up by, let's head on down to Zoluxi. Early in the second sector. Purple, once again, setting down fastest sector time so far on the mediums. Rasha with a 1:32.135 puts him up to P1. Zoluxi on the last straight before the little bit of the kink onto the Spider Pig's leg. BRT Yuki goes up ahead, but Zoluxi dominates it. 1:39.50 sets the fastest time for the session. So right now, your top five: Zoluxi, Lost Yuki, BRT Yuki, Rasha, and Pug. C9 bringing up P6 with a 1:34. So let's see who else is. Let's go check out. Let's head on down to the Williams of Mitch. Mitch showing great promise last week in the sprint at Jeddah. Unfortunately, got taken out early in the Grand Prix. Couldn't show us what he had, but tonight he has no restrictions on qualifying. He is going to be setting a time tonight up to P3 with a 1:31.350. Currently taking a look here, who's out on track. Dynamic's out on track. He invalidated, but I'm sure he's bringing himself around to set a lap. Yellow due to the slower moving Aston Martin there. Let's hang out with Dynamic here. Let's see what he can do on his actual timed lap. As we're heading around through the final corner, he's going to start his lap. Coming down to the long left hand, 1 and 2. To the right-hander of 3, which evens out to 4 there. Straight away down through a DRS zone. You can see that rear wing opening up. Gets a little bit more speed to a heavy braking turn 5. It's almost a 90-degree corner. Then you got a little bit of a left around. To very tight chicane as you're going past the giant LED sphere in Las Vegas. Then we're going around turn 10, coming up to yellow flag in this sector, but I think that's just for looks like his teammate Hayden getting out of the way there. Will be momentarily. Dynamic looking just to set a time. Vanilla 1:38.46, our fastest time so far in the sprint qualifying. Coming through the last solid corner onto the straightaway down towards the start-finish line. Across the line, Dynamic P9 1:31. Next up, we need to find let's take a look at who are next. Validating to the corner. So let's take a look who's out on track right now. Let's head down the Truth. looking to set a time so far. It's up to 26 through the first sector and 29.6 through the second sector. His battery is almost gone, and he still has half a lap left to go. He's already down to 7% on that ERS. Looks like he didn't have a full battery to start this lap, so we'll see what happens. It's going to cost him quite a bit of time. Cross line to P11, a 132.369 for Truth. Heavy braking to turn one. I think he was getting out of the way of everybody else behind him. Let's take a look here. Who hasn't set a time? It's going to be Oscar, who's actually out on track right now. I believe he's on. Yeah, he's on an out lap. So he's got a little bit of traffic to deal with as he's going. I think what we'll do is we'll actually watch Oscar's telemetry. He's currently on an out lap. Let's check somebody else. Nobody else. Nobody else really setting a time right now. So we'll just stay here with Oscar. He's going to be doing his qualifying lap on the softs. Keeping that battery nice and high at 100%. Making sure his tires are nice and warm. Front's getting a little cold. We'll see what he can do here. Not far behind is Luxie. Okay, invalidates, but that's fine because he's on an out lap. He's far enough away from the start-finish line where invalidating there won't cost him the next lap. So here he goes, deploying the battery, getting his lap started, cross the line, getting up onto the full throttle through turn 3. A little bit of lift there through into turn 4. Full throttle going down, DRS wide open. Looks like he might get a little bit of a tow from the car ahead of him. One of the Haas's up there. Heavy on the brakes, a little long on the brakes there. Gets back on the accelerator, back up through turn 6. Fastest first sector with a 25.879. Ooh, a little bit of a break and blip there on throttle. Back to full power. To turn 11, the sharp turn 12. Again, heavy on the braking there. Gets right back on the throttle. Does not get fastest middle sector because Zaluxi actually took away the fastest first sector. So Zaluxi flying behind. BRT Yuki setting the fastest middle sector. And the other Aston Martin. A little double tap of the brakes there. A little bit scrappy getting on the accelerator there for Oscar. Might cost him a bit. This should get him, I would think, top 5 possibly. P2, 139.32. That finishes qualifying for Oscar. Zaluxi, currently fastest. BRT Yuki P1. Zaluxi fastest first and second sector. She's going to be setting fastest lap, it looks like. Cross line 130.081 for P1. Let's see if anybody else is coming around. Daisuke in P7. Yep. Come on, game. Cooperate. There we go. P7. Around the final corner. Let's see what Sasuke can do. He's improving. Only up to P6 this time. And the next running car setting a time. It's going to be Mitch here. Up to P4 with a 136.16. And then we got to cross the line. the Ferrari of Yes JC up to P14. That is going to finish your qualifying for the sprint. Zeluxy, your fastest, 1:30.081. Followed by BRT Yuki, Corey, Mitch. Oh, come on. Cooperate. A little bit of graphic goof there. So now we're going to wait for everyone to get settled into their grid positions, figure out strategy. So we're just waiting here. We will go trackside while we wait. I don't know if we'll get a forecast yet. Overcast. Oh, clear. Okay, so no rain. We're good for no rain, it looks like, if that's the correct information. So while we're waiting, I can actually go through the thing I was talking about earlier, your team standings, because I was muted. I apologize for that. Mercedes out front, followed by Red Bull, Aston Martin, Haas, Racing Bulls, Sauber, McLaren, Alpine, Williams, and Ferrari. Those team standings brought to you by your driver standings. Zeluxy out in front, 118, 2 Vanilla, 91, BRT Yuki, 67, Oscar, 58, Sasuke, 49, Dynamic, Truth, tied it up. Then we got Rasha and Hayden, your top 10, because Boogie is one of our reserve drivers, but he's doing fantastic. Keeping it clean, scoring points every time he's out. Got the message from our lobby boss. We're going to go live at 21 past the hour. So we got a few more minutes. Let everyone do what they need to do. While we're waiting, I think I can actually render this. So while we wait, oh, no, we do have a mix up there. Why does it have one of the Red Bulls? Should be Corey and... Yeah, no, it's mixed up. So we'll fix that later. So it shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. Head to the track. We'll get ready for the start. Great communication from to the track we go. Got Zeluxy out in front. And we are away. Zeluxy out in front. Corey making the move on the inside there, BRT. Ooh, big incident there with Hayden and yes, JC in the back. My find out what happened there later. Far. Couple cars in the back. Lost Yuki, SJC, Hayden, and Dynamic, all with wing damage. Zuluxi out in front by over half a second to BRT Yuki, with the Red Bull Corey right behind. And Mitch in the Williams. Corey makes a move here. Zuluxi saying our fastest lap of the evening here in the sprint. Oh, we got a retirement early on, 2 retirements early on. So the game says there's possible pit strategies. Now, during the sprint, a pit stop is not required, but some drivers may be doing pits to eliminate wing damage or other issues. Oh, it looks like Dynamic went back out with completely missing his front wing. It's saying 100%. Yeah, he's still missing his front wing even after pitting. That's going to be a tough break for Dynamic. So Zuluxi 2.3 out in front so far. And that is due to BRT Yuki having to defend against Corey and Mitch, who are right on his gearbox. Further back down the order, we've got Sasuke and Oscar battling it out. Oscar getting right on the gearbox with Louis and Pug all in the mix. We are on lap 3 of 9 of the sprint here in Vegas. Josh Rose spun down the fastest lap, 1:32.009. Take a quick look to see what the gain-loss percentages is for tonight so far. Your big mover is actually Josh Rose. Let's head on down to him real quick. In the V-Carb, up 9 positions. Coming up on the backside there of Pug Life, looking to make a move to gain even more. Now, mind you, in Prowler Racing League, top 10 in the sprint score points. So Josh is within a scoring point here, but he wants to get more. So he's going to be going after Pug Life. Josh with no batteries. That might be a glitch. I don't think he's running. It's disabled. So he does not have the correct telemetry set. So we're not getting everything off of him. So let's check out what the rest of the battles on the track are going. We got a close battle with Vanilla and Sasuke, which that's actually Sasuke ahead of Vanilla because Oscar and Sasuke were going at, but Vanilla dropping down to P6. Oscar gets 3-second warning. So Oscar having to deal with 3 seconds added to his time at the end of this race. So he's going to be working hard to build a gap back to Josh Rose, which he currently does not have that distance at all. We'll be losing out. We're on lap 4 of 9. This is going to be a quick race here. Under lights in Las Vegas. So 5 laps left to go. Let's go through our running order so far. Zaluxy, your leader, out in front. The race history, yep, out in front, remaining in front, setting first stamp of authority on tonight's session so far. Then we got a fight back here with Corey up to P2, started third, up to P2. Then we got BRT Yuki, started second, dropped down third now due to Corey. And we got Mitch. Breaking even so far, but sticking right with the top 3, looking for that podium finish. Then we got Vanilla. Also breaking even, but he is defending hard against Sasuke now as he got past. Sasuke started 7th up to 6th. Then Josh, our big mover, started 19th up to 7th now. Gaining many spots. He was in P10 before. He's up to P7, so he's absolutely flying. We'll see how well he can do by the end of this sprint here in Vegas. Next up, we got Oscar dropping down, started 6th and 8th now. We'll see how he can rescue this. Mind you, let's show it again. He does have that 3-second penalty he will have to deal with. Josh making the move all the way up. P5 now. Josh getting past the whole pack. They're battling it out, and he just slipped right on by up to P5. 4 laps left to go. Then further down, we got Pug. Oh, big accident there for Sasuke into the wall. Big damage. We missed what happened, but he is definitely in the wall, out of it. 10-second penalty for Truth for a collision with Sasuke. That might be it. What happened? Let's go check out Truth. He is missing his whole front wing, so it looks like he got tangled with Sasuke. And Sasuke is out of the race. Big contact there. So we are 3 cars down out of our 19 we originally started with, one of our best grids we've had in a while. But the walls of Vegas are unforgiving. Zaluxy, 3.38 out in front. Mitch all the way up to P2, getting past BRT Yuki and Corey. Corey not letting him go. Dynamic with 3 seconds. Let's see if Corey can make a move on Mitch. On the long left-hander. Corey getting right in the back there of Mitch. Mitch defending. Oh, wow. BRT Yuki looking for Corey to make a mistake. Corey having to switch between attacking and defending because BRT Yuki does not want to let him go. All while Josh Rose coming in all the way from the back up to E5. gap getting bigger between Corey and Mitch. So we're going to keep an eye on Yuki. Corey up. Corey and Yuki getting past Mitch all the way up to Zoluxi comes around, starts lap number 8, 2 laps left to go. Very close battle here. Josh making a move up the inside. Corey getting a little bit bent out of shape there. BRT Yuki out in front of this pack. Josh going for the inside. Mitch making a defensive shoulder check there on Josh, not letting him pass. It's a very close battle for P2 and P3. Keep an eye on here on Josh. Making very impressive moves so far. Mind you, he started P19 all the way up to P4 now. So far, this is our closest fight so far in the race. Josh going to the inside of Mitch. Gets the move done. DRS wide open, assisting with that overtake. So now Josh hunting down BRT Yuki. Josh definitely on the attack. We are on the final lap of the Vegas Sprint. Lap 9 of 9 on the Vegas Strip. All while this is going on, so Luxie keeping her lead of 3.7 out in front of everyone else. Josh right on the gearbox of BRT Yuki, not letting him get away. Towards the back of the field, we have a lot of drivers with wing damage, which is causing everyone to be slower. Dynamic with 3 seconds. On to the long Vegas Strip. DRS wide open. Let's see how BRT Yuki defends it. Josh goes to the inside. Yuki not really defending that at all. Heavy braking down into 14, around 15. Josh Rose up to P2. All while that's going on, Zoluxi, your leader and championship leader, around the final corner, across the line. P1. Josh Rose, BRT Yuki right behind, followed by Corey and Mitch. Then we got Rasha, Vanilla, and then Rasha. Louis, Puglife, Oscar with his 3-second penalty. Boogie across the line. Truth with 10 seconds. Coming down to the final corner. Around the final corner, across the line. Truth serving his penalty. Then we got Yes JC in the Ferrari. Early pit stop, switches to the soft. Across the line, P13. Then we got Dynamic. Getting early damage on. He's still running with no front wing. No front wing for Dynamic. Finishing out this race. And so does C9 behind. Both of these last 2 cars. No front wing. Cross the line for both of them. That is your sprint here in Vegas. Your winner of the sprint race, Zoluxi. Again, Zaluxi out in front, P1. Josh, P2. Let's see if the overlay works. It's not working right now. Josh, P2, BRT Yuki, P3, Corey, then Mitch, Vanilla Spill, Rasha, Louis Gamer, Hug Life, Oscar, Boogie, and your final points paying position, True. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a sprint. Oscar was our last points paying position. Then our finishers, Boogie, Truth, Yes JC, C9, Dynamic, Draco, who did not finish, Sasuke didn't finish, Hayden didn't finish, and neither lost Yuki. So now we're going to head to the garages. Everyone's going to get their setups for the main Grand Prix. Okay, we got cars on track. Let's head out. To our qualifying session for the main race. Let's get rid of these in-game graphics. Let's pull up our graphics. Dynamic, our first car out. So, all right, so Dynamic starting us off. First across the line. See how this lap goes. So our actual first car across the line, because Dynamic slowed down, first car across the line will be Yes JC and a few others. But we'll stick with Dynamic and the Haas driver as he's making his way around Vegas. We don't really need to give another track introduction because we just had the sprint. So we'll see how this qualifying session goes. Yuki saying the fastest middle sector. A 132.498. Head down to Zaluxy. Fastest first and middle sector. Oh, what was that? Did she hit the pylon on the inside there? I think that might have been what that was. Cross the line, Zaluxy only setting a 137.70. Next, we'll head down to Vanilla. Cross the line, 139.10 for the Red Bull. Slowing down to get out of the way of drivers coming through behind. Good sportsmanship there from the Red Bull driver. Sasuke retiring from the session. Not sure what happened there. So let's take a look who... Rasha. Let's head down to Rasha real quick. Go the other direction. Game mechanics not overly helpful. Personal best through the first sector. Down the back straight. Across the DRS direct detection area. Wing is wide open. Flying down the track. Rasha coming around the final corner. Across the line. P7 with a 131.760. Let's head down to Mitch real quick. Setting a qualifying on mediums. We're still not getting any ERS on him. Still setting personal bests as he's making his way through. Coming down. 14. Oh, invalidates across the apex. A 14. So, let's take a look who is out. Setting laps right now. So Corey's in the pits. Hasn't set a time yet. Oscar's in the pit. Hasn't set a time yet. Boogie in the Ferrari. Setting his first timed lap of the session. personal best so far in the first sector. It shows up yellow on the timing screen because he is slower than our fastest driver, Lost Yuki, up in P1 with a 1:35.22. We do have a yellow flag for slow-moving car up ahead, but that is just a car either on an out lap or an in lap. Getting out of the way there, Boogie flying down turn 14. This Apex caught a couple of drivers out, makes it cleanly through. Cross line, Boogie up to P8, 1:32.076 for the Ferrari. Looks like yes, JC comes into the pits. He was up on both first and second sector. Didn't want to finish the lap, so he comes into the pits. Let's go check out. Let's go check out on Corey. Might be coming out, or there he is. So Corey coming around doing his out lap right now. Keep an eye on that. We got about 7 minutes left in the qualifying session. Cross the start finish line. Corey heavy on the brakes. As you can see, as he was coming down turn 1, he was on the brakes for a while. Whereas a lot of times you'll see other drivers will be a quick jab on the brakes. Let's see what he does as he comes down to turn 5. Long on the brakes again, but does set a personal best through the first sector. 25.9. ERS deploying. You can see the battery just absolutely getting eliminated there. Round 12. Down to the start finish line. Cross line, Corey up to P4 with a 1:39.09. Another good first lap out for the Red Bull driver. So as it stands, Lost Yuki out in front. Your fastest lap, 1:35.22. Let's pull the data from sprint qualifying. Sprint qualifying was a 1:30.081 by Zeluxy. So we're currently half a second off of the fastest lap from the sprint qualifying. So we're going to keep an eye on here. Who is currently out? Let's go head on down to Draco as he's coming around. Turn 14, 15. 14. Keeping very clear of that apex there. And into the pits. Not going to finish that lap. Looks like yes, JC back out onto the track again. Quickly, that was a quick turnaround for him to get back onto the track. Yes, JC is up on both his first and middle sectors, so this should improve his time. And he's into the pits again. Doesn't finish the lap. Very surprising. He could have jumped up again, but so he's going to do a quick turnaround once again. So currently it looks like we have two cars out. Oh, Lost Yuki's exiting, so is BRT Yuki. So our top two just exited the pit lane. Let's go with Lost Yuki, our current pole setter. We will go with him as he does his time lap. Right now, everyone's on an out lap. So nobody's setting a time. Just under 2.5 minutes left in the session. Everyone should be getting out now to set that last flying lap for qualifying. The Haas of Dynamic getting out of the way. Everyone doing their best, try to keep the tire temperatures up too, because that is one of the key aspects of your out lap, is to make sure that your tire temperature is right where you need it to be. Everyone's staying in the green so far. Draco's got a little bit of wing damage, so that might cost him for this last qualifying attempt. Let's see BRT Yuki right ahead of Lost Yuki. We'll see how that goes. Final corner, across the line. Let's watch that telemetry. See there, the quick jab on the brakes compared to Corey's. Corey's was a little bit longer going through the acceleration. So right now, Lost Yuki is actually going to be at a slight disadvantage because he is running in a little bit of the dirty air of the Aston Martin ahead of him, but at the same time, they're getting a little bit of a tow. Short break there to turn 5. Smooth on the acceleration, but we'll see how that goes. Less than a minute left in qualifying. See everyone out on track doing their best to get around in time. So far, Lost Yuki personal best first sector, and BRT Yuki personal best. Vanilla with the fastest middle sector. BRT Yuki, fastest middle sector. Lost Yuki with a personal best second sector, so he will improve his time, but is under threat from BRT Yuki, who will cross the line first out of these two drivers. Zeluxi improves on her first sector, but not fastest. Let's see how this goes. Around the final corner. Lost Yuki, fastest 1:30.268. Let's head down to Vanilla. Coming around the final corner. Looks like BRT Yuki got across the line before the timer ran out. Vanilla P2. Zeluxi fastest middle sector so far. So time to beat is a 1:30.268. Mitch setting the fastest first sector down there with wing damage. Zeluxi coming across the line. Only P3, 1:34.16. We're going to quickly try to get down to Mitch on the softs. Fastest first sector. Not fastest. He also has wing damage across the line. Ooh, only P11 for Mitch. So I think that wing damage really cost him. So last car to be running. BRT Yuki did have another lap in him, but he's not improved. So that is everyone across the line. So actually, BRT Yuki Can't scroll up there fast enough. Last car running because he made it across the line before the checkered flag, but he has not improved in his first 2 sectors, so that is actually going to be pole position is Lost Yuki with a 132.68. Again, there it is. Lost Yuki, your fastest qualifier, the 132.68, followed by Vanilla, Zeluxy, BRT Yuki, Oscar, Corey, Yes JC, Rasha, Sasuke, Hug, Mitch, Truth, C9, Boogie, Draco, Dynamic, Josh, Louis, Hayden. So now we are going to sit here, wait for our lobby boss to give us a time zone or time to start. So we'll wait for that confirmation. So we're getting from the message from our lobby boss, 2 minutes past the hour. So we got 3 minutes until we are green flag. So while we are waiting here, let's take a look at our... We'll have to fix that because there's a few drivers that are not showing up properly in the standings on the system. So we'll have to fix that during admin time later tonight. Lost Yuki was in the Alpine. 132.68. Followed by Vanilla. 33.3. So, if we compare that real quick. So, the qualifying for the sprint was 0.2 quicker. Zeluxy was 0.2 quicker in the sprint versus Lost Yuki in the regular qualifying. That was a surprise. So we're gonna head over to screen. Let's go race. Let's go trackside. We got about a minute left until we are racing. Let's get rid of that fast sectors. Gotta love our community running jokes in the race chat as we were waiting to go racing in Vegas in the Grand Prix. Got about a minute left, just under a minute. Let everyone get their settings set, their tire strategy set, because there is pit stops required in the Grand Prix for the dry tires. If it's not a wet race, they have to run 2 different dry tire compounds. We'll see what the game says the strategy is for that tonight. We will see. All right, we got the ready up signal from our lobby boss. The countdown is going. We are trackside. And we're off. Great start from Vanilla. Again, trying to get up the inside. Ain't it there, just on the inside of Lost Yuki. Well, Luxy not letting him get away. Luxy right on the gearbox of Vanilla. Vanilla going to have to desperately try to defend against that as we head down to turn number 5. Heavy braking into turn number 5. So far, everybody keeping it clean in the back. Knock on wood. Oh, there it is. Truth with the front wing damage. But with C9 and Boogie all got front wing damage. While this is going on, Lost Yuki doing his best to try to get away from Vanilla. Vanilla not letting him go. See how long it takes for that pylon to get taken out down there, and it's gone. Heading down the long Vegas Strip. Your leader, Lost Yuki, followed by Vanilla, Zaluxy, BRT Yuki. And there's your possible strategies. Medium to hard, medium, hard. We'll see how that goes because your top 8 all currently on the medium tires, whereas Corey, our first hard runner, was Sasuke on the softs, followed by 4 drivers on mediums, 2 softs, hard, soft, and a medium in the back. There's our first lap of the race. DRS now enabled. Lost Yuki setting our fastest lap so far, leading us away. A little bit sideways there through 4. Vanilla looking for the move on the inside. Corey with a massive hit. Ooh, big hits there. Virtual safety car came out, and I think it caught out a couple drivers. We got drivers with penalties. Ooh, we got Corey with massive amount of damage back here. Ooh, that Red Bull is limping. 100% front left, 33 front right. Side pod damage as well. Again, strategies for tonight is going to be medium, hard, or medium hard, or the inverse of that. But Corey, VSC ending, he is hurting bad. That car is severely damaged. Couldn't get it slowed down in time. Waiting for traffic to get past his pass. So he's going to come into the pits, get that front wing changed out, see what he can do going forward. But that is going to be catastrophic for Corey. Plus, with the 10-second penalty, he's going to sit there for a moment before they get his car fixed. So back up to the front. Lost Yuki getting a great restart off that virtual safety car. A virtual safety car is unlike a normal safety car where it basically nullifies the field by making all the drivers drive to a delta time. And the field is not bunched up under a normal safety car. Everyone has to basically run the gaps that they're at. So Lost Yuki out front almost by a full second. Then we got Zaluxy up to P2. BRT Yuki with the 40% wing damage right behind. And the 10-second penalty, and I think that was from getting caught out from the VSC, hitting the backside of Vanilla. So Yuki, BRT Yuki will have a 10-second penalty to serve at some point in this race. While that's happening, Vanilla not letting him go. Right on that gearbox of BRT Yuki. Talk about it real quick. We actually have big moves so far. We're only on lap 3. Zaluxy, your new leader, getting past Lost Yuki. Using that DRS, getting way out in front there. That almost 1 second lead that Lost Yuki had absolutely evaporated with Zaluxy's ERS and DRS. Zaluxy setting the fastest lap. Josh setting the fastest lap, and we're actually going to go back to Josh because as you remember from qualifying, he retired before going out, making it a challenge for himself, starting in the back, working his way up. So right now, again, he started P17 all the way up to 8th now. No wing damage, only one warning to his name. He is doing his best to emulate what he did in the sprint. He's going to have more laps to do. We have 25 laps in the Grand Prix tonight compared to the 9 laps of the sprint. Josh, we're going to have to keep an eye on him as he is driving through the field. Going hard against that Williams there of Mitch. Let's check out what the nearest battle. This is one of the nearest battles. Actually, we got a really close battle in the back here. Or it was. Hayden on the softs, electing for the softs as a start. The Haas and the Ferrari behind a Boogie, both starting on the softs. Hayden up to P13. One more position to go. He's in point scoring position as we rock the top 12 score points in Prowler Racing League. So BRT Yuki serving that 10-second penalty. Coming in, get rid of those mediums. Also changing out the wing. Looked like he had a whole, yep, changing out the wing. He had 100% on that front right, so it only got worse over time. Getting that swapped out, going to the hard tires. Out he comes. He is going to rejoin E18 as Truth goes past on the hard. So BRT Yuki with all to do to try to get back up towards that front. But mind you, everyone else up front does still have to pit at some point. So let's head up to the front with your leader, Ziluxi, setting the fastest middle sector. So as a recap of what this circuit is, let's watch the battle here for P2. A little bit of circuit information here. So Vegas, 17 corners, drivers are on full throttle 79% of the time. Top speed, you're looking at about 219 miles per hour. Low downforce, medium wear. So that's why a lot of drivers elected to go in mediums to start this race, because they should last for quite some time. And actually, speaking of tire life, take a look at that. Mediums are predicting about 10 to 12 laps on the mediums, whereas the hard runners about 13 to 15. This is why the game had suggested they were going to go medium to hard or medium hard, so they can really punish those mediums early on and do a 2-stop. We'll see what everyone does. We're predicting it's going to be right around probably a 1-stop. More than likely a 1-stop. Got a yellow flag there in the first sector. Doesn't look like there's anybody. Nope, we're back to green in the first sector. So we are green condition across the track. Oh, it was, yes, JC is called that yellow flag. He is out of the race. You can see him dropping down the order. 100% damage across the front wing, so he must have hit that wall pretty solid. Yep, as Corey comes through that first sector, we'll see, yes, JC dropped down to P19. Looks like it was a turn 5. He may have had the mistake there. He got taken out. So, 18 runners so far. Everybody's getting a little bit spread out. Let's see where the closest battle is actually with Rasha back here. Chasing down Pug Life, 3/10 behind. Doesn't make a move here into turn 1. Pug Life getting a little wide there on the exit. Rasha does have about 20% damage on the front right of his car. You can see it's so little you can't even see it. Pug Life defending to the inside. Compromise his exit a little bit there from turn 5. Ooh, Rasha having to take evasive action there. Down through turn 10. Left-hander of 11. We get to the tighter of turn 12 onto the Vegas Strip. Let's see what Rasha does here. Currently running a neutral battery, not deploying it, going to rely primarily on ERS, or DRS, as he comes through the zone. A little bit of weaving there from Pug Life. Trying to break that toe. Rasha just sticking neutral on the battery, not deploying, just letting Pug Life more or less tow him around the track. Thinks about making a move there in the final corner, doesn't. They continue to battle. Rasha again peeking out, filling the mirrors of that Williams. Again, Pug Life getting a little bit squirrely out of turn 2 there. Not sure if Rasha will take advantage of that. Pug Life going for the defensive move to the inside. Rasha with the DRS wide open, gets past. Break down turn 5. That's Rasha up to P7 against Pug Life. Pug Life with altitude to try to catch back up. Everyone served their penalties early on. We don't have anyone with any penalties, and nobody's really close to getting another warning or another penalty if the warnings aren't high enough. But the Luxier leader actually does have front wing damage. So let's go through our running order right now, as there's really not that many close battles other than the DRS switcheroos here of Lost Yuki getting past Vanilla up to P2. Zalexi 1.4 out in front. So let's actually take a look at what our race story is so far. Zalexi didn't get pole for the Grand Prix. Started third up to first. And we got Lost Yuki, our pole setter, defending against Vanilla Spilla. Started first, now down to second. Vanilla with DRS going to the outside of Yuki, makes it happen. And after that, we got Oscar, started 5th, now up to 4th. Another yellow flag out. Looks like we got a car that might be a little stationary in turn 5. Kept going. So next up, we got Josh Rose, our big mover. Started 17th. He is up to 5th now, hunting down that lead pack. Car looking very stiff there. Next up, in P6, we got Mitch. Start 11th, up to 6th. It's going to be a good haul of points for Williams there. Next back, we've got Pug Life. Started 10th, up to 7th. Positive movement so far. Then we got Rasha breaking even. Rasha losing out to Pug Life. About 4 seconds back. Lost Yuki, your new leader currently. Right down to turn 1 and 2. Next up, we got Dynamic. Started 16th, up to 9th. Great moves from him. Currently on the mediums they started on. And we got drivers pitting. So the pit shuffle has begun. So let's get rid of this race story, because that is now out the window. Zalexi coming out of the pits on the hards, ahead of P6 Dynamic. She's gonna be working hard to get those temperatures back up. get the grip where she needs it. So currently, your top 4, Lost Yuki, Oscar, Pug Life, and Rasha, all on 9-lap-old mediums. More than likely going to be needing to pit on this next lap. Again, the life that they're saying 10 to 12 on those mediums. So looks like getting past Rasha now. She's moving her way back up to the front. So I think we might have enough time to get through everybody. Let's actually go towards the back. Unfortunate for Hayden. Let's see what his race story is so far. Started 19th, up to 18th. Currently on the hards. Only 1 lap old, so he literally just pitted. He did start on the softs, I believe. But he pitted for the hard, so he's going to try to do the long game. Cars up front are pitting. So, next up, we got Corey. Started 6th with a great qualifying result. Now down 17th after a massive incident early on. He does have front wing damage, floor damage, and side pod damage. So he's going to be trying to drag that ailing car, that Red Bull, around the track as best he can. He's only got 5 more positions to make up to score a point. Next up, we got Louis. Started 18th, currently up to 16th. No penalties. Still on the same set of mediums they started the race with, and continuing on to lap 11 on those mediums. Actually, let's take a look at what the wear is real quick. Some tire wear for those. Brand new. Oh, we're not getting telemetry from him. That's the problem. I pulled ERS at 0 off him. So yeah, so we have an issue there. It was working for the sprint, but then it wasn't working for this race. That's okay. So next up, we've got Draco breaking even so far, 15th. No wing damage on the hards now. Then we've got Boogie. A little bit of front wing damage, breaking even, 14 to 14. Dynamic, 16th up to 13th right now. Keep an eye on that movement. Then our first points paying position, Truth, started 12th, up to 12th. Going to lose it now to Dynamic up to 12th. So Dynamic with the 1 point. Then we got Rasha. Started 8th, dropped down to 11th now. Down 3 positions from where he started. C9 up 3 positions, started 13th, up to 10th now. Mitch started 11th, up to 9th. Sasuke on the softs. 9 laps on the softs. I am surprised he's still going. Let's take a look at what his wear is. Oh yeah, Sasuke, you're at 52% in the rear, 45 on the fronts. More than likely going to be pitting on this lap, hopefully. 7 to 9. Oh, C9 with the 3-second penalty there. So we got Mitch, P8, 11 to 8th. Then we got BRT Yuki. Hit it early on due to getting caught out from the VSC early on. Caused him to rear end Vanilla and got some wing damage and a 10-second penalty. Zaluxi sets the fastest lap, 1:33.030. And Lost Yuki takes it back, and Josh takes it, 1:32.823. Fresh tires, everybody's on about their second or third lap on these new hards. Less fuel there, faster. BRT Yuki with the wing damage early on, plus rear-ending Vanilla caused a 10-second penalty. He did serve, which has caused him to drop down to where he's at now. Started 4th, made his way up to 7th from being 17th, I believe, when he did the pits. Then we got Pug on the hards. Started 10th, up to 6th now. Josh did not qualify, Started 17th, now up to 5th. Has pitted. We're on lap 13 of 25 in Vegas. We'll keep an eye on him, see how far up he moves. Then we got Oscar. Started 5th, up 1 position to 4th. Vanilla started 2nd, dropped down to 3rd, but going to be fighting it out right here with Lost Yuki to try to catch back up to Zaluxi. There goes Vanilla up to P2, getting past Lost Yuki. So Vanilla now breaking even, whereas Lost Yuki dropping down to P3 after starting from P1 with our fastest qualifying lap. Then 3.5 seconds up ahead, you got Zaluxi, our championship leader. As she's coming down to turn number 1, started 3rd, up to 1st on that newer set of hard tires. We'll head back to the fight between your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place drivers. Vanilla doing everything he can to defend against Lost Yuki. While Oscar looking to capitalize if anything happens. Sasuke into the pits. C9 into the pits. I think he's pitting for a new wing. Let's see where Sasuke comes back out. Corey with more front wing damage. Into the pits he comes. Pug Life with 3-second penalty. That is going to hamper his fight to catch Josh. And it's going to hamper his fight with Yuki behind. Yuki's 3.4 seconds behind. DRS swap again on the back straight. Lost Yuki up to P2. Vanilla down to P3. So Pug Life here with his outstanding 3-second penalty. Further back, 2.8, BRT Yuki. So right now, Yuki will inherit P6. We still have 10 more laps left to go. Pug Life with another corner cut. He's going to try to clean it up a little bit, or he's going to get more time penalties. So BRT Yuki 2.3 back, going to be inheriting P6. But right now the gap between P5 and P6 is about 15.5 seconds. So BRT Yuki has all to do to not only get past Pug Life, but close that gap that has now gone up to 15.6. Go down to Truth. In half a second, DRS wide open, hunting down Boogie in the Ferrari. Gap now down to 0.6 within DRS. Let's see what happens as they go around the sphere here in Las Vegas. Laps left to go. Your current leader, Zaluxi. Your championship leader, Zaluxi, out in front by 4.1 seconds to Vanilla. Hayden with 3-second time penalty. I don't think Truth's gonna make it happen here. Let's head up to the front where Oscar and Lost Yuki battling it out. Again, this pack of 3, while they're battling it out, is allowing Josh Rose to catch up. Only a second away. Oscar going for the inside. Thinks about making a move, doesn't make it happen there. So right now, Vanilla is actually faster through the second sector than Oscar and Josh. Josh is now in this mix. So from P2 down to P5, these 4 cars here, Josh Rose getting another spot. Fastest lap with a 1:32.563. We have a yellow flag and safety car. Hayden is out of the race with the front wing completely gone. Looks like at turn 5, looks like it took him out. So we are under our first safety car of the night. Lap 17 of 25 here in Vegas. Doubt we'll see anybody go for pit stops. We did have a few. Pug, BRT, Mitch, Rasha. They're all heading into the pits. Looks like they're going from... Mitch is deciding to go from mediums to, or hards to mediums. So he's going to finish out this race on the mediums. Possible front wing change, why that pit stop took so long. As they come around, the safety car is letting everyone go. Waiting to catch our leader, which that pack is now through turn 2 right now. So let's head on over to our leader. See what she does. So we have Zaluxy out in front, 4.7 seconds. Elects to not stop. So she's going to continue on those hards. And then we got... 2 through 5. They all come into the pits. This is going to get spicy. So Vanilla leads that fighting pack into the pits. They all pit. So Zaluxy has caught up to the safety car. She is still on the hards, which are on 8-lap old hards. There's the sphere. Look at the little smiley face. How's it going, buddy? So she is currently on... They're not that worn. She's actually fine. Lap 18 of 25. We're under safety car. Zaluxy, your leader, on the hards with 8-lap old tires, leading us away. Went from medium to hard. Then we got Vanilla. Medium, hard, medium. Then Lost Yuki elected to do the softs. So he went medium, hard, softs. So he'll be finishing the race on the softs, which those might be struggling towards the absolute end. And then we got Josh Rose, our big mover, medium, hard, medium, will be finishing out the race on the mediums. Oscar, another driver electing for the softs. So he went medium, hard, softs, finishing out this race. Then we've got Hug Life, medium, hard, medium. BRT Yuki, medium, hard, medium. Then we got Boogie, 8-lap old hards. And then Truth, 16 laps on those hards. 22% on the rear, 20 on the front, with a little bit of wing damage. So we started on the softs, immediately pitted for the hards, and has done more or less the whole race on that set of hards. So that should be interesting. Oscar going for a pit, switching to the mediums. I think Oscar might realize that that was possibly a bad call. Trying to finish the race on the softs, like they won't last very long. Truth coming into the pits to get off those hards. He's going to drop him back a little bit further. Elects to not do the front wing change, so he's going to deal with that 13% on the front right. You can hardly see any damage on there, so that makes perfect sense why you wouldn't want to swap that out. He goes with the softs. So as Oscar comes in to get off the softs because he doesn't want to finish the race on those softs, because I believe, yeah, 7 to 9 laps. You would be able to finish the race, but those tires are going to be screaming. So we'll have to keep an eye on Lost Yuki, see what he does on those softs. But under safety car, they will last a little longer. I think we'll probably have safety car for one more lap. Going from there. So we got dynamic, medium. Sasuke, unfortunately, 3 pit stops. Soft, soft, medium, medium. All the way down P14. Louis started medium to hards. Don't have any wear data on him. Those are 6-lap old hards, so we should have a little bit of data, but I think that might be one of our issues. So that car is actually Louis currently is an AI. He had to leave the session. In another one of our Discord channels, he said that he had something come up, so he had to go. All right, so that explains why Corey was saying that that's going a little bit too slow. But that's because of the AI. It doesn't run at 100%. I think it's like 65. Okay, so yeah, so Zalexi's on 10-lap old hards. She's going to be defending against medium, soft, medium, 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 medium drivers. So 2 through 7, all on mediums except for Lost Yuki and P3. So that'll be interesting to see. Is in this lap. So we'll actually go with we'll go with Yuki. Yuki on the sauce. So we'll keep an eye on how Yuki attacks this restart. Safety car is in. Back to racing. 5 laps left to go. Your leader, Zaluxi, on the hards, defending against a multitude of cars on the medium. Lost Yuki on the softs. No DRS yet. They'll get on the next lap. But Vanilla not letting Zaluxi get away. Top 5 super close together. Around 10 and down to 11. We're going to look for the hairpin of 12. Not really hairpin, but a sharp turn of 12. Bring us on to the famous Vegas Strip. No DRS. Everyone's deploying their battery like crazy. Except for Zalexi. Zalexi is still holding on to that battery. Lost Yuki going for the move on the inside. Up to P1, getting past Zalexi. Guy's going to be working super hard to defend or to pull away with those softs because they will not last a whole lot longer. Vanilla getting past Zalexi as well. So does Josh. Zalexi dropping back to P4 on those hards. We knew it was going to be a challenge for her to defend against these guys on the front with the mediums. Vanilla going around the outside. Gets past Lost Yuki up to P1. Vanilla, your current leader. Lap 22-25 here in Vegas. Mind you, all while this is going on, our big mover Josh Rose is currently P3 with the fastest lap, getting that extra point. He has a choice to make whether he's going to fight or wait for something to happen. But here we go down the Vegas Strip. We're so close together. Everyone's rear wings opening up. Lost Yuki getting the lead back from Vanilla. That's going to be a swap. And then Josh getting past. Oh, contact there. Looked like the Williams of Pug and Oscar, the Aston Martin coming together. Heading into 14. A little bit spread out here now, but let's take a look at what the running order is. Lost Yuki out in front by a full second. Yuki reeling him in. Then we got Josh Rose P3 with Vanilla right behind, not giving up that spot. He wants it back. Yeah, Zalexi's all the way down P7 now. Tough break for a championship leader. Draco retired from the session. Draco with 100% front wing damage through turn 5. Looks like he might have hit the wall and ended it for his night. So far, our 3 non-finishers, Draco, Hayden, and yes, JC, all with front wing damage. I believe all 3 of them getting taken out by that turn number 5. Josh up to P2. Lost Yuki out in front. Josh, P2. BRT Yuki, P3. Followed by Vanilla. So we have a yellow flag into turn 14. 2 laps left to go. Your leader, Lost Yuki, followed by Josh Rose, BRT Yuki, Vanilla Spilla, Hug Life with 3 seconds of penalties. Sasuke, Oscar, Mitch, Rasha. Zalexi's out of the race. Zalexi retiring in the pits. Throwing in the towel. Didn't look like she had... No, she doesn't have any damage, but she threw in the towel there at the end. Those hard tires that she was on were not cooperating, and she was going to lose even more positions. Came into the pits and retired. So that leaves it to Sasuke to score the only points for Mercedes tonight. They are currently your constructor leaders at 167 to Red Bull. Whereas both Red Bulls are currently in the points. Corey down in P12 will score 1 point. And currently Vanilla in P4. But Vanilla's not going to want to settle for P4 as he makes the move to the inside, gets past BRT Yuki down into turn 14. Ooh, gets a little sideways there, takes out a pylon. Vanilla Spilla up to P3, going for that podium position. All while Josh Rose hunting down Lost Yuki. We are now on the final lap. Now it's down to strategy whether Josh Rose wants to attack the entire time or wait till that last DRS opportunity. DRS wide open as we head down to the infamous turn 5, which is taking out a couple of our drivers tonight. Vanilla looking to the outside of Josh, tucks back in behind. Lost Yuki out in front on the softs. Those tires are got to be screaming 27% on the rear. Whereas Josh, we don't have any tire data for him right now. We know that his mediums are probably roughly about the same as Vanilla, 18% on the rear. Mitch with 3-second time penalty. Turn 12, heading on to the Vegas Strip for the final time. Josh going for the inside. Vanilla going right with your new leader, Josh Rose, with Vanilla slipping up to P2. Lost Yuki down to P3. Josh down to P2. Vanilla getting out in front of everyone, heading then to turn 14. The long straightaway now. Lost Yuki down to P4. Vanilla and Josh battling it out for the final corner. Josh across the line. Vanilla P2. Yuki P3. Lost Yuki P4. Sasuke P5. Oscar, the other Aston Martin, P7. Rasha P8. Dynamic P9. Truth P10. Boogie P11. Corey, our final point scorer, P12. Mitch into the wall, finishes P13. C9 finishes cross line P14. Driver of the day is Josh, as well as it should be, moving from P17 to your winner up front, Josh Rose in the Visa Cash App Racing Bowl. Drivers spraying the champagne. So that is for the we want the race results. There we go. Again, Josh Rose, your winner. Then we got Vanilla, BRT Yuki, Lost Yuki, dropping all the way down to P4. Sasuke, Pug Life, Oscar, Rasha, Dynamic, Truth, Boogie, and Corey, your final point scorer for tonight for the race. So again, results for the sprint, Zeluxy, your winner. Results for the race, Josh Rose. So that will do it tonight for Prowler Racing League in Las Vegas. This was round 5. We're here again next week at Qatar for round 6 of Prowler Racing League in season 5. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. We'll see you next week in Qatar.